Okay then, so we're making some progress here. We've done 3 of the 4 components we need to create. The last one we need to do is this book form right here. And that is going to be a form that sits right at the bottom with 2 input fields inside it. One for the book title and one for the book author. So a user can enter those in, submit the form, and then that book is going to get added to the list. So let's get cracking with this component. First of all, we need to import React, and we also need to import a couple of other things. We need to import useContext because we will be using the book context, and also useState because we want a piece of local state inside this component as well, or rather 2 pieces, one for each of the input fields to track what a user types into them. So down here, let's create this component and we'll call this new book form. And inside here, the first thing I'm going to do is use context, and the context that we want is the book context. And then down here we can just say import book context, and that's going to be from ... / to come up a level, then into the contexts folder, then book context, like so. Okay, so we have this now, and we want to destructure a single property from this, and that is going to be the add book function right here. So let's now say const add book is going to be equal to this use context book context. Okay, so we have that add book function available to us now in here. Now I also want to set up 2 pieces of state, one for the title and one for the author. So let me now say const, and it's going to be title and set title, because remember, useState returns us those 2 things inside an array, the actual data and also a function to change the data. And we set that equal to useState, set an initial value for this, which is going to be an empty string. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing for author, only it's going to be author and set author right here. Okay, so now we can go about actually creating this template. Now it's going to be a form, so let's create that tag. And inside we need an input field for the name of the book. It's going to be of type text. And then I'm also going to put a placeholder on this as well, and that's going to be book title. Then after that, I'm going to say the value is equal to this thing right here, title. And then I'm going to go to a new line, so we've got some more room. I'm going to say onChange is equal to some kind of function which takes in the event object. And in here, what I'm going to do is update the state of title. So to do that, we say set title, and we want to pass in the value that the user types in to this input field, and we can get that by saying e.target.value, like so. And that's all we pretty much need to do right here. So let me now close this off, like so. And in fact, we'll just add on a required attribute as well, because this will be a required field. So we've done the first one. Now let's copy this, because I also want to do this for the second input field, which is going to be the author. So we'll just say author right here for the placeholder. The value is going to be the author variable right here. And also we want to update set author, not set title. So let's update that there. And that is everything. So we also need one more thing at the bottom, and that is just a submit button. So I'll say input type is equal to submit, and we'll say value is equal to add book, like so. And that's all we need. So then, if I was to nest this now in the app.js, we should see it. Let me do that. Underneath book list, I'm going to say book. Oh no, it's new book form. There we go, and it auto imports it for me. So I'm going to nest that there, save it and preview, and we can see this over here. It doesn't look great at the minute, but if we type something in at the minute and add book, then it's not going to do anything special. It just refreshes the page, which is the default browser behavior when we submit a form. What we need to do is attach an event listener to this so that when it's submit, we do our own thing. So let's say on submit, that's equal to some kind of function which we'll call handle submit, and we need to define that up here. So we'll say const handle submit and set that equal to an arrow function. we take in the event object because we need to prevent that default behavior. So e.prevent default to begin with. And then what I'd like to do is just log to the console the title and the author to see if this is working, and we're tracking these input fields. So save that and blah de blah, add book. Yep, we see those right there. So this is working, it's capturing that data. So now let's get rid of that, and what we'd like to do is use this function add book now. So add book, and remember, if we go to the context, it takes two parameters, the title and the author. So let's pass those in. So we have the title and the author here stored in those variables, title and author. And once we've added the book, I'd then also like to reset these values. So I'm going to say set title, and that's going to be an empty string again, and then set author, and that will also be an empty string again. Okay, so now this should all work. Let me try this out. Just enter in any old rubbish, add the book, and there we go, it works. Try it again, and it works, and we can still click these off. So that's all working now. The last thing I'd like to do is just make this look a bit better. So again, I've got some CSS that I'm just going to copy and paste from my repo. Let me come into index.css, and we can see we have the form, which has a padding of 20 pixels. The input fields with a type of text, they have a width of 100%, padding of 10 pixels, box sizing of border box, so it takes into consideration the padding. Margin of 6 pixels top and bottom. We give it a background color of this kind of deep purple, text color of white, and then a border of 0. Then the submit button, we just give a bit of margin top and bottom. The background is a light gray, no border, a bit of padding, and then display as block. So very simple styles. Save that, and now it looks a little bit better. So if I type in here the final Empire and Brandon Sanderson, awesome book, add the book, there we go, all works. So my friends, now we have kind of completed this Ninja reading list. But there are two more things I'd like to talk about in this series. The first one is going to be all about reducers, and we're going to implement that into this application as well shortly. And the second one is local storage. I want to hook this up with local storage so that when we refresh, we don't just get the dummy data, we get whatever is stored in local storage in the browser. So we'll start with reducers, and we'll talk about what they are in the next video.